Hey there, welcome back guys. In this video, might be your worst nightmare. We're going to be leveling the board again. And I try not to level the board. It's been probably a month and a half since I last had to level it. It's no fun because it's going to be hit or miss, but thankfully we're not going to use paper this time. We have the metric thickness tool. It's actually thinner than paper, and this is what your board is supposed to be leveled at. And I've been putting off using it even though it came in, like there's no need to it. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. So after watching this video, I'd recommend buying it, but I do not recommend leveling your board once it comes in because there's no need to. Because as you know, leveling the board takes time. Leveling the board requires watching your prints, and sometimes it might not be the board needing leveling. It could be the G-code file, which happened recently. It could be the nozzle, right? You could have a semi-clog. It could be the board. It could be the G-code. You know, like I said, G-code. It could be the temperature, right? Because when it's too cold. But right now in here it is 69 degrees, so that's good. You know, that's definitely worthy of the prints not turning into spaghetti / pasta like that's over there. We got some spaghetti and meatballs happening, and again, you know, it's gonna happen. When it does, you know, sometimes you feel like throwing in the towel, but yeah, I feel like I'm gonna cry, but no, it's just got to do it, right? So anyway, without any further ado, let's get started. Let's see if we can get it up and running again. I'll share with you guys what we have going on over there. You be careful with this. You don't want to bend it accidentally because it needs to be, I think, 2 come in a pack. So here we go. So this is what happened. I'm trying to print the fidget. The fidget didn't print. Oh, I'm actually trying to print this fidget. It's printed before, so I know that it will work, but it's not printing right now, which is a little bit of a bummer. But we'll get it running again. We'll print it because we'll know it works, because the new one is going to be in yellow. See? So now we just gotta, I don't know what happened. I wish I could answer that question, but I do know how to fix it. And like I tell the guys with the drones, I will get your printer up and running, but don't ask me to teach you how to fix those G-code files, if that makes any sense. The board is chilly. We might have to disconnect the camera because it's hard to you can't, like, if I have a print job happening, I can't stop it from the printer if it was already started from the Beagle camera. But in this case, if I'm doing a reset should work. So whole armor parts, done that already. I'm gonna send it back home, if that makes any sense. See, it went back home. Right, so now for the tricky part, everything is fine here. We want to check to make sure there's no clog. The last clog we had when we took it apart, the clog was in between there. But as you can see, everything looks pretty good underneath, which is good. There's no clog, and the nozzle is fine, which is great. So now we just have to get everything set so that we can go back in and start checking to see if it needs to be leveled. Unfortunately, you know, you gotta do it. Again, make sure that's not in your hand. Don't make the mistake like I just did, because you can accidentally bend it, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start the leveling process. Go to manual, and then, I'm sorry, settings, and leveling. And everything looks good there. Green is good, right? And so it's just gonna work its magic. I like to leave it here at aux leveling, and then once it's done doing whatever it's doing here, we're just gonna press start and then let it work its magic. It looks like it stopped, which is fine. So then what we're gonna do is we're going to press start. Bed leveling. Remember, this is manual. Aux is manual, meaning you're doing it by hand. Okay? See? And then what we'll do is we'll let it work its magic, do what it needs to do, and then we're gonna go back one. We're gonna do it, you know, with here. As you can see, Looks pretty good. Sometimes you have to watch in there, because when your project turns into spaghetti, right? Sometimes pieces will fall back in there, and you want to make sure, check underneath, make sure there isn't anything there, and make sure there isn't anything there, because you don't want to jam anything, because things can jam if it falls off, and then it goes like back, and then see, it's almost done. That's 0.0. Just wait a little bit. Filament looks good. Running a little low. Been through about 3 rolls, as you can see down there. We've got roll 1, 1, 2, 1, 3. One more, and I think it's almost done. Just gonna move the computer out of the way because I'm gonna have to squeeze in there. If that makes any sense once this thing's done. And then I move that. Whoops. Gonna move that out of the way. See, this is my recycling bin. Oh, and this right here. So it could be the G code. This is when the G code is messed up. See that? And then I was able to print it again after. All right, so let's see. It's going to work its magic. Wait a little bit. It's going up, going down. Here's where I'm probably going to have to put the camera down. So what'll happen is auto leveling is done, right? We can save it, but that's not going to do justice because we want to check anyway. So we'll just save it, right? And then if I go to leveling again, if I go back, it's gonna, work its thing again. Just leave it there. Wait for it to come back. Now we go back. It's not letting us yet because you have to wait for it to do its thing. Maybe now. It's still doing its thing. So it's going up and down, up and down. And then hopefully, right about now, see, now we get our numbers all right. So this is where I'm going to press, I like to start in the middle. Okay, so it's in the middle. And then what I do is, it's a little bit tricky for you guys to see. Hopefully you can. Looks pretty close too. So what you need to do is, sometimes your projects can turn into spaghetti if the nozzle is touching the board. So what we do is and it is. The nozzle is touching the board. So as you can see, let me see what you guys see. As you can see, the leveling tool won't come out. So in this case, it's really easy to fix. We can go up one, and let's see. I'm at 315, 310. When your leveling tool, right, is under the nozzle, you bring it down. And then you 310. I think that it was at 310 before. Okay, so 310 doesn't work. I mean 315 is no good. 310 is fair. It's a little close though. I could see how 305 working better. But just because I have it at 305, right, doesn't mean anything because the other numbers have to match to the other leveling. So even though we got it here, which is fine, we're going to go to number 5. Okay, see, I'll show you guys. We're going to bring it to number 5, and hopefully 5 is a good number. 5 is actually my lucky number. So again, we do the same thing. And oh wow, 5 is touching. Oh, 5 is okay. Let's see. But it's tricky because it works well with paper because it just, you put it in and it slides under. Oh yeah, that's too tight. Okay. So 5 is a little too tight. We're going to bring it up. Nice. 295 works well. And now I'm going to press number 2. Okay. Let's see what number 2 does. Let's see. 2 will be easier because it's right in front of us. Hopefully you get a better view. Slightly, but what you want it to do is basically, oh nice, 2 is pretty good, sort of. See how it goes in? Right, so we want it to be, 2 looks a little too high, hold on. Yeah. So sometimes what you do is, right, you bring it down, 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 and then, oh wow, see? I like to bring it down until it doesn't move anymore. If it's stuck, when it gets stuck, then you know it's time to start bringing it up. 305, let's see. 305 looks pretty good. Sort of, hold on. See how it was a little bit hard to pull out? See, and it's not, yeah, so maybe a little bit higher. No, I feel it, it's still snug. Nice. And you want to make sure that these are tight all the way. Oh, sorry, you can't see. These things are tight, and then you level it that way, going up or down using this thing. Or sometimes you may need to tweak it using this, but I try not to. I try to do it from there, because when these are locked in, it's great. But sometimes you might have to tweak it that way. All right, so now we're going back to 3. Okay, so we're just going to press 3. It should be right in there. See 3 right there. So you see that? Now you can see the nozzle a little bit closer. So what you want to do is see if, oh yeah, not bad. 3 is pretty good. But to really make sure it's leveled, I always like to bring it down. I like to lock it, right? And once it's locked on them, see it's still moving, which meant, because you can't really trust the eye. See, now it's locked. So now that it's locked, I can bring it up. And then maybe, hold on, yeah, and one more. 300. That's a good one. See? No, maybe one more. 295. Much better. And I believe that is a good number. All right, so that takes care of that. You think, oh wow, great, I'm done. No, you're not done, because now you have to go back to point 1, the first point, and see if it's where it needs to be. And nice. It looks pretty level to me. All right, so now so now what I'll do is I'll bring it down. Let's see, in case you're wondering, what does it mean bring it down? You take the arrow, bring it down until it locks. Nope, see, it's still moving. I'm going to bring it down again until it locks. See, it's still moving. So bring it down again until it locks. Nope, still moving. Bring it down again. Oops, you can see. We're going to bring it down again till it locks, till this thing locks, so I can't move it. See, now the piece is a little bit rough to move, which is fine. You want that, because then you work, that is your base that you're working from. Okay, now I know it's not going in, so I know it's locked, so I bring it up. And I don't want it rubbing. 305. I think 305 is ideal. Yep. Definitely. I like it. See now. And remember, this is really great because it's like doing it so this thin compared to the paper. Paper works. Listen, if you have to use a paper, use it. If you can get it leveled that way, great. But order this. And then moving forward, the next time your bed goes out of whack and you wind up having spaghetti and meatballs, use this. Don't go out, oh, don't order it, right? And then start leveling. No. And then now, what we're going to do is, right, we're going to see, we're just going to go here. Oops. And now, we're just going to we'll make sure that's the one, right? And then just double check since we make sure there's, yep, looks like it's good to me. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the auto. I'm just going to press auto leveling, see what happens. Okay, just press that. That looks fine to me. And then we're going to go back. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go back. And then we're going to go press here on the home. Everything looks good. And go ready. Home again. Let it go home. Okay. And then what we're going to do is, I like to print the fish to calibrate. That's just it's worked wonders for me. So we're going to print the fish. We're going to go home, print, right? Unfortunately, there's only one file on here, but on my phone, I have another. I can print from the camera. So as you can see, hold on a second, which is right there, right? And then I'm going to print the fish file. It should print. The board's has some remnants of something on there, but that's okay. It shouldn't be that detrimental to the print experience, but what I'll do is hopefully lets me bring it back. And fish eye is what I want to print. But let's just make sure everything is really clear. As you can see, we have some, this is okay. We can spray the board with some 3D lax, right? Which is this stuff here, 3D lax, just to give it some more adhesive. And then what we'll do is we'll go to the app and print the fish. If it prints the fish, we are golden. So there it is, fish eye. Without turning it into spaghetti. And you're probably wondering why the fish? Because look at the detail. See that? The bones, the eyes. You could actually hang it from the fishing line that's on the little Benchy guy. I wonder if I have any laying around. But anyway, look, check it out. Look at that. The Benchy's somewhere around here. Ah, here's the Benchy. This one's an okay one. I have a really good one upstairs. And once you level it with the leveling tool, it's amazing. This is called Leo, the Leo Benchy. It's simply amazing. Your prints are going to come out better, more detailed. This is another fidget that was printed, really great. That requires a brim, unfortunately, but it still works. Or raft is a little bit too thick. But just gotta wait for the temperature to go up. The nozzle goes to 200 and the bed is going to get to 60, and then it will just start printing. You can see I have to just maybe change the position of the camera, not the camera I'm holding right now, but the little Beagle camera. Thinking of I don't know, I just can't figure out the right setup for it because I want to watch my prints print this way. But you might, if you see, unless I hung it from the ceiling, right? Well, we have a little fire bomb there. If there's ever a fire, that thing will just fall on the printer. Yeah, so here we go. I printed its little oval shape, some little remnants, but everything should be good. So far, oh, look at that. Yeah, we can see a little bit of the fish happening. We can see the silhouette of it, little remains. I'll leave a link to this file. Oh, there we go. A better view from here to see the fish. And also it'll be even better once it's done. An even better view you could probably get from the camera. You can see a little bit. Okay. Yeah, there we go. See some of the fish. We'll get to watch this. Nice, right? Check it out. Really cool. Yeah, so we can really, and then you have standard definition, but we can also view it in HD. You just press the HD button. Kind of neat, huh? We leveled the board without waiting. You could use the Benchy, right? But the only problem with the Benchy, there's nothing wrong with it. It's a nice collection to add to your edition of prints that you have. The only problem is that it takes about 45 minutes to an hour to print with this printer. Apparently with the newer printers, it only takes about, I believe 7 minutes, which is phenomenal. But I don't have that printer. I wish I had gotten it, but I like to wait because I was still within that window of opportunity. But you know what? Let them get all the kinks out. See that? Look at the detail on that. It's super leveled. And now we can't take, you could take them off, but I don't want to because I don't know if you saw my last video. It'll bend and there won't be its optimal shape and form. So I just wait for them to cool. So once the board is cool, can take this guy off. So now the board's level. Hopefully anything else moving forward will not turn into spaghetti. I like it. So there's no need to throw in the towel just yet. And don't give up. Hang in there. You'll get it. They should include that tool, which is called the metric thickness feeler, G, with two pieces. Two come in, and it's the 0.01, I believe. Does it say it on here? I will leave a link to this in the description so that you guys will know. But yeah, they should include that with the printer. Literally, it's a no-brainer because it thins the nozzle down lower than the level of paper that you're using. It's thinner than paper. All right, so let's have a look. You're probably wondering if it worked or not. And indeed it did. Check it out. This is what I was trying to print, but it came out better. Look, after leveling it, you'll notice your print's coming out smoother after leveling it with the leveling tool. And let's have a look. Voila. See, under the build plate. So what we'll do is we'll just see if we can get that off. The other hand is holding the camera. Normally I'd put it on a tripod, but I'm, sometimes, voila. Look at that. It's amazing how you can print moving parts from the printer. And look at how nice and smooth it looks. I mean, for me, this is good enough. I'm happy with it because remember, again, this is for the kids. They're having fun with it. I'm having fun with it. You might have fun with it. Look at that. It's a little spin fidget. Right off the printer. And I like prints like this where the parts just move. There's no tweaking. There's another one down there that has moving parts, but that's another video. And this one printed exactly the way we wanted it to. Now there were some things I had to do to get it to print again. So I had to re-level everything like you saw, but I also share it with you guys. I changed the nozzle. I won't stand, but it's right there. And I also changed, I'll leave a link in the description to these two things. So, whoops, the rubber piece that goes under there, and the nozzle. It looks a little, it just looks like it's had its time. Its days were numbered. And so far, I've only changed the nozzle 2 times. The first time we changed the nozzle, as you saw in that video, I'll leave a link in the description, was when it clogged. And the second time we changed the nozzle was when the print was turning into spaghetti. So again, it could be the nozzle, it could be a clog under here, it could be a clog like under the extruder on the inside, it could be bed leveling, it could be many different factors that come into play. It's basically a process of elimination, or it could be a bad G-code file, or it could be not even a bad G-code file, it could be your settings in your G-code file. So for example, this particular G-code file required that the support be under the build plate. So if you don't do that, even that could work, but my file was sliced correctly. So again, it's not always what you think it is. Just when you think you know, you don't know. So that's why always, have a little bag of tricks and know what you could do or what you could have done or didn't do and might have to do when it comes to getting your prints up and running like we did for this particular one. With this leveling metric tool, your prints come out better, which is phenomenal. I'm looking around because there were actually some prints that I printed. There's a big difference in the leveling experience between the two. This is with the metric leveling tool, and this is with this is with paper. It'll still come out nice. It will still come out all detailed. But with this looks like it was fine-tuned to perfection. And again, if you're looking for perfection, my videos are not. This is not going to be the video or any of my videos. But if you just want to print and have it streamlined so that it works, so you can print the fidgets, print this, print that, and then print things like this. Look at that. Kind of neat, huh? With moving parts, then these videos are for you. But I'm not going to lose sleep over fine lines, because remember, these are for my kids and they love it. But this, the metric leveling tool kind of eliminates all that. Look at that. Look at the detail. It's just phenomenal. So again, that pretty much sums it up. Anyway, I hope this video helped you in better understanding how to level your board with the leveling metric tool instead of paper. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below, or ideas for other videos. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.